Good morning, students, and Jai Hind. Students, welcome to this in this class to all. One thing is that we are studying about the Karl Marx. Understand? And today we shall study about the Marx conception of economy. Understand? Now the how the economy and of the Karl Marx understand how has he seen the role of economy in the human being's life. Understand what is the role and what is the economy of that. First of all, now we know that the economy completely the economy of the Marx was completely based on the notion of mode of production. Mode of production. Understand the notion of the mode of production. Mode of productions in the different society. Mode of productions in the and the production. Mode of productions means production is now done or the made associated with the different factors. In that factors, land, labor, capital, enterprises. Understand enterprises of enterprises. These all factors are the mode of production. Understand these all factors, but these mode of productions are associated with the. We know that the Marx has now depicted the different historical economy in a different phase, in a different historical phase. The primitive communism Marx represented the feudal lords, the feudal system, economy in the feudal system, or the economy in the modern states. Understand? Economy in the modern capitalism. Understand? Now we have to be the see these economy and the production system, and this production system of the economy now determines the entire walk of the life, the entire aspects of the human beings being are determined or are fixed or determined by the or influenced by the mode of production. And in this mode of production, what is the share and who is having the loin shares and who have the what the shares and the what their relations with these resources and the mode of production. Under this mode of production, what the relations, understand, the workers and the masters have. Okay, so under in this under this concern or under this content, we shall now study about the mode of production. Where students system is the primitives, communism, slavery, feudalism, and capitalism were the mode of production. At this general level, we can see the mode of productions defined as entire way of the life. The mode of productions, understand, defines the entire way of life, characteristics of an era, and this mode of life also defines or characteristics of the an era. Now I am talking about that characteristics of the an era. So now the primitives community had a different era, and it's had a different mode of production and different mode of, or in slavery age, in the slavery era or the age, the different mode of the productions or the different relations of the masters and slaves, or in feudalism the different mode of production is there. Understand? And the masters and the feudal lords and the peasants are there. Or in the capitalism we can see that with the capitalist and the workers and the different mode of production involving the capital, huge machine, technology. Understand? Technology or the market system. These all in all the aspects we see that in the different era having the different mode of productions or the different kinds of the relationship with the production system or those who are the producing. You want the relations, the means the owners and the workers. Understand? Owners and the workers. What the relations they have in this different level, and at the more specific levels, we can think mode of productions as being the something like mode of productions is the something like a building in the sense that it consists of the foundation or the base. One thing is that now suppose that we can see that the mode of production is something like a building. Something like the building, base and foundations, or superstructure. And here the superstructure. Okay, we can see here that the mode of productions. One thing is that we can think the mode of production as being something like a building, something like a building in the sense that it consists of the foundation or the base. A building, you know that very well, that is the last, a building last on the foundations, rest on the foundations. Now, foundations rest on the something like a building sense that it consists of the and the rest and the foundation or the base and superstructure, and above the building we find a superstructure. Above these buildings here is a super something now erected on the top of the base. Superstructure means on the base something had been structured or the built at the top of this structure. So now here we see that two things is that one the base, other is the super, and on upon that base a superstructure lasting or superstructure is now have been the built. So in this sense, first imagine that a building is that there is a base or the building. This is the Marx economic explanation. Erected the base or economy. Now the base or economic base. Base is what? Base is the economy. Understand? Or your entire life base is the economy, or economic base is a primarily economic and include the productive forces, or this base include the productive forces. Understand? Base of the economy is what? The productive forces, and production relations or in base of economy is completely the buildings of your life is completely standing or resting on the base forces of the base of production, forces of the production and the relation, and as well as the production relations. What is the production relation? Productive forces refers to all. What comes under the productive forces? The productive forces, in the productive forces we now include the factors of production. What are the factors of production? Very simple: land, labor, technology, sources of energy such as the electricity, coal, and the petroleum, and the so on. Production relations refers to the all economic relationships and the forms of labor, all economic relationship and forms of labor organization which are involved in the production. Understand? So now here we have the two things. We all primarily economic includes productive forces. Productive forces means the land, labor, capital, enterprises, technology, coal, power. These all the productive forces are that. And the relations means that the labor, the workers who are now rendering their service in the factories and in the manufacturing centers. What their relations? The production relations refers to the economic relations and forms of labor organization which are involved in the production. Those labor who are the involved in the production system, and the production relations are Also property relations or the relationship based on the ownership and the here the production relations are also property relations. Here we have to see that what is the relation of labor and the working class relations with the production productive forces. What his relation is? Relation is with the productive forces, land, labor, organization, and entrepreneurs, and the capital. What the relation the laborers had to that? Understand? Or now the property relation or relationship based on the ownership or control of the means of production. Relation means that who is controlling. In the clear word, in the other word, try to understand who is controlling these productive forces and the economic relations means the working and the workers, what the workers have the relations with the productive forces, means what the share the workers have, how the workers is associated with this working related with the working productive forces. ये productive land से labor से factories and these what the laborers had the relations, what the he had the relations with that. In the factory only he is the going and the rendering the service, and only just as that being treated as the commodity, and the laborers being the little paid by the management and by the productive forces, and then he come what he shares in that land, in the labor, land, labor, capital, what the share had the workers. These relations, what his relation is with the productive system, with that productive system. Understand? This is the here now productive relationships based on the ownership. Whether he is the owner in the Russia, we can see example the workers and the farmers, and they are the owners. They have the share in the in the management. They are the governing and the production system in the Russia in the after the Russian Revolution. But control of the means of production, whether or in the Western countries, what the workers had the control over the productive forces, means of the production, means of upon the means of the productive system. Have they any have they any relations with them? Understand? So students say we have to be the see what the relations have. It means that कि productive system, land, labor, organization ये forces हैं, तो उसका what the relations have we see. This has to be the, and as example, for example, we can to understand this mode of productions called the primitive communism. First come into the mode of production. Let's first era. We shall discuss era wise. The first era in the era of the primitive communism. Understand? So what is the relations was in the primitive age? How the people were related with the production. There was no the manufacturing or the productions, much productions or the manufacturing. Only the agro system was there. Understand? And the little bit artisans, maybe the and tools making and like that. So here we are still looking that in this primitive mode of productions. In the primitive mode of productions, we find the production forces consisted of mostly of the nature. What the forces were? Nature. Everything was dependent or the provided by the nature. Forest, land. Understand? The productive forces were what? The forest, land, animals, and so on. These were the productive forces, along with very rudimentary forms of technology was that. And in the beginning, very rudimentary form of the technology was that in the primitive age, like the simple stone tools and the hunting weapons were there in the primitive age. Understand? We know very well that the people used them for the huntings and that. and the production relations were based on community property. A production relation was based on the community property, means that there was no sense of the privatization, sense of the individual possession or individual possessions. There was no sense, and the relations were based on community property. Since individual private property did not yet exist, or there was no sense of the individual private property. No, no any sense of that. There may be the any individual private property. This was not at all. This sense had not the risen, and not a conception had come in the minds of the primitive people. And moreover, and included the tribal forms of the hunting, and now these included tribal forms of hunting gatherings which were prevalent in the forms of the labor organization, hunting gathering, understand, and they collectively hunting and gathering, these were the forms of the labor, understand. So this this was the productive forces, nature was the productive forces, and people had the no any sense of the sense of the possessions and sense of the privatism. Moreover, the economic base thus consisted of the productive forces. Now the economic base, according to the Marx, economic base thus consisted of productive forces, relations of the production. On the on this base, now we can say, on this base rested all the social and cultural, on this economic basis. Economics is the main factor. According to the Marx, everything is determined by the economic forces, understand. Whatever the culture, religion, everything, understand, is the according our everything, or whatever the incidents happening in this world, understand, is motivated or the guided or the backed or pushed by the economic factors. Everything, Karl Marx looks every changes or every changes happening because of the economic factors, because of the economic region. There must be the any factors, the economic factors he looks at. Understand, students? Now here these factors are the main economic factor. On this base rested all the social and cultural and political institution of the society. Entire institution of the society are rested, are the based on the, whether your social institutions are based on the economy, on the rested all the economy, culture, and the political institutions of the society on the economy. Thus institutions like the religion, so the Marx call institutions religion, art, law, literature, and different forms of the beliefs, ideas were all part of the all part of the all part of the superstructure. Now he calls that building superstructure. We can imagine are the politics, society, art, culture, religion. These are the superstructure, but its base is rested on this superstructure of the art and science and the culture. Understand? Its base is the resting, and which built on the top of the base, which are the built on the top of the base. And who is it? And what is at the base? At the base, the economic factors. The economic, the productive factors, economic or the productive factors is at the base, and the art, science, all institutions or every walk of the lives associated with the politics, art, science, religion, all are the based, all are the super, just like the superstructure, but it is the lasting and resting on the economic base. So the economic is the main factor and the base of the different walk of the life. The Marx had the same, and because a superstructure, Marx argued that people's ideas or the belief, even your ideas, whatever and the beliefs originated from the economic system, which they were the part. Whatever the ideas and the beliefs, understand, originates in our mind. This is only because of the economic factors. of the economy. Whatever we are the looking, this world, this is the because of the economy. Whatever. To show the even the ideas and the beliefs of the human being, understand, now rising and the shaped in our mind, so that is the shaped by the economy, through the economy. And here economic system of they are the and these ideas and thoughts now shaped in our mind, economic system to which we all are the belong to which we are the all are the associated with that which to which economic part we belong to, which economy we belong to. According to that, our all entire our life is expressed in the different form. Our activities are expressed and thought is expressed, and how human beings earn their livelihood determined how their thoughts. Understand, how their thoughts, how human beings earn their livelihood, how or this is the determined how they thought, how we think. Understand, according to that our livelihood is determined. Material life shape the ideas, and it is the material life, it is the materialism, it is the our economic aspects of the angles that shapes the ideas. Ideas did not shape material life. Idea did not shape the material life. Material life shapes our ideas. This is the point of the Karl Marx now emphasis that our ideas is shaped by the material's life. We are the not shaping the material life. No, material life is shaping our ideas, our thoughts, our way of the living, our culture, our religion, our politics. All are determined by the materialism or materials. Understand? We are not shaping the material. We are not making the material. Understand? Here our ideas. Okay. So we here material life. This argument went against the dominant ways of the thinking in the Karl Marx time, but these ideas were not acceptable. Ideas of the Karl Marx were not acceptable. This now went the dominant thought of the society in which the Karl Marx lived. Understand? Or this period in which he lived, when it was the common to argue that human beings were free to think. It was that a common thinking was prevalent in the European society. The human being is the free to think whatever they wanted, and that idea shaped the world. And that idea shaped the world. The human beings, his thinking, or his freedom, free idea and free thinking shapes this world. But the Marx, on the contrary, said that no, the material life shapes the ideas of the human beings, and now shapes the world. Understand? So now here we are the looking, or we see that how the Karl Marx ideas and the other ideas of the freedom or the free thinking that clashed. That clashed. So that's why the Karl Marx had to face a lot of criticisms from different quarters of the thoughts and the different quarters of the people and the society. He had to be the face. So he had to be the live as an exiled life in England. He was just excluded from his country own birthplace. Understand? And moreover, Marx placed great emphasis on the economic structure. He now laid the great emphasis economic structure and processes, because he believed that they form the foundations of the every social system, and these economic base and economic activities, economic processes are the main base and the foundation of the social system throughout the human history. What is the social system? That has been determined and the shaped by these by the economic structure and the processes. By economic structure or economic processes, the human history had been the shaped, and the human history had been the made or the created, or now if understand how the economy works and how it has been the changing, how the economic works, how the economic is the changing the past, and he argued that we can learn how to change society in future and even how to change the society in the future. The Karl Marx said, a future, but how can such change be the brought about? Okay, these were the question in the eyes of, in the minds of the Karl Marx. Marx answers through the class struggle. What the class struggle? So the to make his principles more effective, more acceptable. Understand? The Karl Marx now presented the another theory, a historical description of the society and the historical conflict which is existing, which have existed in the different phase of the human history. Now that is the class struggle. He said that always in the society, a class struggles always under just a underweight, and always is going on a class struggle, and this struggle, whether the acceptable acceptable cooperation is there, understand, or a forced cooperation is there, whether the compulsion is there, forced compulsion is there. Okay, so these may be the just went on, society will run but in a conflict form. Society is heading towards, society is uh, going through the changes, but it in a but in a struggle, and struggle for the resources, the taking and capturing the resources. So he always said that there must have been the two society existed, haves and haves not, rule ruler and the ruled, understand, ruler and the ruled always, and these haves and haves not are in the way of the conflict, and that conflict is what for the economic gains and for the economic share, understand, economic share. And he said that the entire incidents in the world, historical incidents or the events happened, there must be backing by the economic factors, all. And these economic factors or entire expression of institutions working, whether the religious or the political or the social institutions are working, are the expression of the economic factors or the economic the reflection of the economic trends, understand, or the economic activities. This is that is the Karl Marx now speaks about that. So students, in the next chapter, in the next class, we shall study about the class struggle. Understand what is the class struggle, or he had how the Karl Marx has tried to express his views and tried to prove how the class struggle exists. Understand? In the next class, we shall have the discussion. Understand? So this is the today we shall now stop this today, and the next class struggle I shall